has he? So Nigel Mansell then laughs away down towards Cox Corner. Back in 1970, first came here with Formula 4 car. He progressed in the ranks of Formula 3 to win the marks he had in 1978. Then in 79 he was part of the Unipart team with a fire-fed Formula 3 car. Had a big accident at Silverstone Park when he was tapped upside down by a Renault, a rather wild Italian driver, and he broke his back as a result of that. But that was keeping him out of competition, and he went off and had a load of test drives and made his Grand Prix debut in 1980 despite sitting in a cockpit full of fuel and getting a fuel leak, and eventually halfway through the race was rather relieved when the car gave up the ghost, and he had very badly rear quarter to himself, and Nigel was a true gritty battler, and eventually Brands Hatch in 1985 had his first Grand Prix win on the European Grand Prix that year, and went on to win in South Africa as well straight after. In 1986, so he may have been a world champion, but for the rather famous fucking car he had at Adelaide that saw the car to the start of the race for Alan Ross with a time in 1987. He had an accident disqualifying from the Japanese Grand Prix, which meant that the World Championship swung away as his teammate, a fierce rival, Nelson Piquet, and then in 88 there was no chance for the championship for him because the Williams had normally aspirated shadow and just wasn't competitive against other cars, other than in the wet here when he was second that year. He went to Ferrari and won races and won the parts of the Italian Tifosi and came back to Williams with the active ride suspension car for 1992. That was very much his season. He never cut over crazy. He was Kerry Goodson in the past, but it was just a great year that for Nigel Mansell, and even by the summer when he was here, he was striding towards the World Championships, which he eventually took, but had by that stage not much fallen out with, but certainly not had the most harmonious relationship with Frank Williams. And so for 1993, with no Formula 1 seat available, he was off to America and won the first time out in Australia, and so at the end of that year came back to the UK. There was an idea of Robert Fernall that on the bar to say, well, we've got this touring car on championship race, I'll tell you what to get people in, that's not Nigel Mansell to come and drive, and he did, and he was running in the leading group. He had this incident with Tiffany Dale coming out of the old hairpin when Nigel got sideways, Tiff had nowhere to go, clipped the back of the Mondeo, fired him off into the barrier. So it was a lot of bad change with Nigel after that, but that's what deterred him. He came back to race touring cars, he raced the GT cars, he raced the Grand Prix Masters series. He did come back on occasion in Formula 1 as well. He did try to have a comeback with McLaren, but it was just not a happy time at all for a car that just wouldn't fit him, really, in 1995. So Nigel walked away from that and has been content to have occasional outings. As I say, he drove with Chris Niakos' the Australia team in the FIA GT Championship a couple of years ago here, but has been concentrating more recently on the progress with two sons, Leo driving in sports cars. He was racing the Ferrari 430 at Le Mans a few weeks ago, for example. He started the Le Mans series. Greg, you see racing earlier on in the day. So that there's still something, not just about the red flag, but about that crash helmet as well, as Nigel Mansell serves many a memory, coming back through Priory, his second lap of the run in this car, down now towards the left-hander at Brooklyn, but towards Luffy, as he will go in a moment, and in front of the BRDC clubhouse. Very proud member, indeed a vice president now, the Racing Driving Club in Nigel, and accelerates his way from Luffield towards Woodford Corner, with every camera you see trained on him. Lots of applause as well, which is great to witness as Nigel Mansell comes across the line. He may have been away from Formula 1 for many a season, but he does remain a hero, and Nigel turns the car now through Woodford Corner. Cameras, one looking over his shoulder, one looking at it, and Nigel having some of those up. Heading down up towards Maggot, and Nigel over the showman, waving to everybody, going through back. I think it's going to be a lap of a reduced pace, it's more of a lap of honour, I think, now for the Formula 1 World Champion, showing he played from the back accepted now and the Chapel Curve onto the Hampton Straight, but Nigel, great to have his back accepted, it's great that he still wants to take part in this fight, because he could quite easily say, no, I think it's look after Greg, and there he was on the podium earlier on in the day, so he goes in, here he is at the wheel of the racing car, yet again, a bit more slowly about this, right down towards the zone. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful to see Nigel Mansell back on track at Silverstone, isn't it? I mean, when I was came to my first Grand Prix here in 1990, when I was a massive Mansell fan, and early on, his name was Nigel, but I was 6 at the time, so that's probably excusable. And so it's wonderful to see here. He's just slowing down to the bell, so he's maybe treating us to some donuts down here as well. He's just looking for an appropriate point as the crowd all rides their feet here. So it's quite wonderful to see. And we're just going to practice on the donut, and now some donuts from Nigel Mansell. Absolutely fantastic to see. As you were saying at Coxstone, every single camera in the place is trained on him. Absolutely. Somewhere in all that smoke now, some corner is Nigel Mansell. Yes, it accelerates out, but it's still waving to everybody. You were here in 1990 watching the Grand Prix. I'm old enough to remember him being at full start when he had his big Formula 3 accident in 1979, and thinking then, gosh, long as that's the end of a promising career, but he had his hugely successful Grand Prix racing. In 1984, remember, he led the Monaco Grand Prix in the West, and he got a wheel on a white line and spun into the barrier, and Peter Ward, who was then the team manager, rather famously said that Nigel wouldn't win a Grand Prix as long as he had a hole somewhere significant. Well, he was rather proved wrong a year later, because the combination of Nigel Mansell and a Williams and a Honda engine, that very emotional first ever win at the European Grand Prix at Brands at the end of the season. Alan Prost won the World Championship that day, but nobody really cared because Nigel won the race. More donuts are being served up coming out of Abbey. Everybody on the feet at the Abbey Grandstand then cheering Nigel on. And what we need now is the same thing offered up over on this side of the circuit. He comes into Bridge Bend now. Bearing in mind that he's only driven this car for a few laps on Friday, he seems pretty much at home in it, doesn't he? Waiting for everybody coming out of Bridge Bend, and Nigel another carrying the almost trademark red 5. See him on his cap these days that he always is wearing, with the Sunseeker sponsorship that have been loyal sponsors here for a long, long time. And what's he going to do through the stadium this time? Turning out to Brookford now. Yes, that's all Suffield. We are going to have to call for a short Formula 1 demonstration, but prior to that, a final opportunity to see a true Formula 1 hero. Nigel at Luffield there throws the car into the next series of donuts. Lots and lots and lots of tar smoke coming off the back of it, and the car comes to a halt. The smoke settles, and he's facing the wrong way at the moment, and it's all gone a bit quiet, which is slightly disconcerting. What we now need is for this to fire up again. Has it fired up? Yes, it has. Yeah, that's a relief. Right, more tar smoke. I think it was the fighter marshal heading towards him that spurred him into action there. Pump the car back into the right direction now. And it's come to another halt. So what happens next? Nigel?
I know.
We've got all this work over at Luffield.
Look, it's going into the road.
Trying to get it fired up again, and it's just about to join in. Yeah, so we have the car running once more. So I think he is going to have one last blast at this. Lots of applause, not just as you see from spectators, but also from the marshals there. Through Luffield, going to come down the pit lane. So rather than do donuts on the track here, he's down the pit lane for the 1992 Formula 1 World Champion. Hopefully, Alan will get a chance to great man and down the pit lane.